This is frustrating. I think they changed. I I think they changed the app, or I have to update the app. I can't do the news, and that's gonna bother me because I enjoy the news more than I enjoy smoking cigars. So we're just gonna smoke cigars like we used to, and that's going to. Um, what are we doing here? What buttons am I? What buttons am I? Thank you. I don't know what buttons I'm pushing here, and I got matches. I got quality matches, and we get like two or three out. This is gonna be frustrating because my news is over. I can't do the news, and that's part of the channel where I have things in the background. I think what generally happens is, I think this happened before, where if YouTube or Apple does probably Apple. Well, Apple, I have to do a upgrade. You know, when the whatever upgrade they did. If I don't upgrade, then somehow I lose features in some apps, and it isn't always the case. But I've had it happen before, where somehow once I do the upgrade, then I don't know. So the foot smell is quite funky. The foot smell. I had pictures for everything, man. I did my homework. I had comedy. I had pictures. I'm pressing the button to show pictures, and there's no. I can only show stuff from the past. It won't let me add more. Thanks a lot, OG. I can't do it. So I mean, it is what it is. I can't do it. So, what do you want? Green screen, Richie? I guess we're going green screen. I don't know. Full pack. It looks well made. This is the Prensado by Alec Bradley. This was their best cigar as far as regular release. Their most famous cigar. They won Cigar of the Year and over 10 years ago, maybe under 15. But this cigar is what put Alec Bradley on the map. They even admit on their website they weren't even ready for this cigar to become that popular, that famous, that fast. And I feel like back then, too, winning Cigar of the Year meant something because people trusted Cigar International. Cigar Aficionado more back then. I also think in some ways they were a little more critical or a little more honest. Where like a lot of the stuff in the top 25, you're like, well, they agree to disagree on the placement. You're like, well, they were all pretty solid blends. You look at recently, the past few years of the top 25, and a lot of bullshit. Like if you like Brickhouse cigars, go ahead. But should Brickhouse cigars be in the top 25, top 10? Are you out of your mind? Like Brickhouses taste like shit. Like, can I laugh at your face? I mean, like, if you want to smoke Brickhouse, smoke Brickhouse. But go ahead. But Brickhouse is J.C. Newman, and I'm gonna tell you what right now, I don't like Brickhouse. I'm not a huge fan of J.C. Newman. Now, when J.C. Newman makes stuff with Fuente, and I think they might have worked with other people. I could be wrong on that. But like J.C. Newman, like Diamond Crown, Maximus, those kind of stuff. Well, Yagua was, a little unique. Not like I got back to smoking, but it was unique enough. This is a Toro. It's a new production. It does say Toro on it. That's it. It says Prensado Grand Toro. It's a Grand Toro. I don't know the year of this make. Maybe this year or within a year. But my cellophane is clear. So if my cellophane's clear, it's probably under a year. And my band is sliding. And it doesn't say anything about General cigars on the band. But remember, this is under General, but under Forged. Forged cigars, in a sense, is not to say like second-rate cigars, but in a way that the big name brands under the most famous brands like Cohiba, Macanudo, Punch, those are under General. And then you have like Partagas. Of lately, Partagas, they're trying to make a comeback, but Partagas, like they fell off. Sancho Panza, other brands, and some newer stuff like Diesel under General. Those are under Forged cigars. So they kind of made another company because it's just too many fucking brands. So at least they can separate for the reps. PG's got me all figured out. I'm a fucking sellout. I bought this Corolla with General money. In fact, my license plate says General. Now, this is a Honduran cigar. I wish I had my backgrounds And in my this is ruining my night. Where's my new? I can't do the news. I can't put information. I had all this information about the blend, and you know what? I don't got it. I gotta say the pack on this is quite heavy. I gotta say the foot smell is quite funky. They did say that the original PG, the original Prensados were rolled at the Racist Cubanas, not the Racist Cuban, the Racist Cubanas factory. We're going back, 15 years ago. So if that counts for anything, the original Prensados were rolled at the Racist Cubanas. All right. Well, we got this thing toasted up quite well. It was a nice, funky, oily smell there on the foot, quite pungent. Yeah, cigar. Well, remember, Alec Bradley was just bought, I think within a year or two. Alec Bradley recently was bought by General. So I feel that's going to increase quality because Alec Bradley of the past 10 fucking years has released a lot of fucking losers. The Texas Lancero, all their like double broadleaf bullshit, all their others. They released a lot of garbage shit. Garbage shit, and I'm hoping that General is going to make better stuff. Strataluki. Wow, it's been a long time. How's your balls? Ryan, what's up, bro? PG, what's up? Jeremy, what's up? I mean, what's the best shit? I would go with the Prensado. Is it Prensado, I think, Lost Art? I don't see that one around too much. The Tempest was good. Tempest Nicaragua was good. Other than that, there's not a lot of like Alec Bradley I could really recommend. The Alec Bradley Gatekeeper was enjoyable. The Kintsuné, the Japanese name, was okay. Wasn't bad, but I didn't go back to it. But of the newer stuff, I guess you can go with the Alec Bradley Gatekeeper. And the Blind Faith wasn't bad. And it is raining now. I literally just lit up the fucking cigar. Oh wow, this is some thick, hearty tobacco on this cigar. Very slow burning. Pretty long, heavy, pungent finish. It's interesting coming back to this blend. It's been such a long time. And it's almost like this blend I've had several times. I can't say 100 times. I smoked the Red Dot over 100 times. I've smoked Ashton VSG well over 50 times, maybe 100. But I smoked a lot of VSGs. Don Carlos over 50 times. Hemingway's hundreds of times. I've smoked Hemingway's for over a decade. A lot. Prensado was a cigar I've had more than 5 times. Maybe 10, but I don't think we're talking about over a decade. So I've smoked a cigar, but not to the point where like on a frequency where like, oh yeah, smoke this cigar if you like, so the message, the vibe, in a way, it's almost like smoking it for the first time. Well, good for you, Strataluke. I wish you the best. Stay out of trouble. Don't do drugs. No cigars in prison. Eat your prunes, filter your water, and keep them moving. Quite smooth on the bat. It's kind of an intricate, unique kind of vibe. I don't know exactly how to place this blend. I really, as at this point, can't really compare it to a lot of things. It's not bad though. I need a little more time to. It has a little bit of a mystique to it. Full Metal Chad, FMC. Oh, I mean, All right, brother. I mean, when's the last time you're ringing my bell? When's the last time we hung out? I mean, have you been to the show before? I mean, if it had been, it's a long time. I see you don't got a wrench though. How long you been hanging? I mean, if you've been here before, but it had to been a while because, and I mean no disrespect. I just, it's yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, I can't. I used to have be able to do backgrounds. I have to download the new Apple, I think, upgrades, the iPhone upgrades. Well, you subbed a year. No, what I'm no, it's not. I can't. Hold on a second. Full Metal Chad. I can't see the subs from here. But I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, Full Metal Chad. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Full Metal Chad. I just gave you a wrench. Now the wrench comes with responsibility. When you have a wrench, you can't just get kicked off the channel. But when you have a wrench, you can kick other people off the channel. There you go. Now, but here's the thing, though, FMC. I'm fair, but I'm hard. No diddy. If anyone with the wrench starts fucking around and abusing that, Richie will make examples. I've been doing this a long time. I will destroy this whole channel. I will send everyone to the pit of hell and do the channel by myself. So it comes with great power, comes great responsibility. Right now, we're a gentle medium full. If I was going to give it a percentage, we're about 70% strength. So it's definitely not a weak cigar, but I wouldn't say it's a balls to the wall. As far as what the hell am I smoking, it's not bad. There's almost like the essence of charred wood. Like there's charred wood trying to come in, but it's almost like if there was a room full of charred wood and they took the charred wood out, and it's just like, it's like, you know, if you went to a room and somebody farted, but they left the room, it's not a live fart, like a fresh fart, but like the smell's still lingering. It smells like a room full of charred wood, like a fireplace after the fire. I don't know how else to explain that. I don't know how else to explain it. The essence of charred wood. I gotta admit, many times when I'm reviewing cigars, I could tell you right off the bat. I could tell you the message, the profile, the separate notes, the combined, the flavor, darkness level. If you like this or if you're not gonna like it, like compare it to other cigars at a price point above and below the price point if it's worth it. I gotta admit, the Prensado is challenging Richie. It's all that fucking Honduran tobacco. So I'm going to say this. If you want something maybe to challenge your mind, what I mean by that is it doesn't feel like something you've really had before. I think the Prensado, as far as a blend, is unique. The problem with that is a lot of guys like, for example, when they smoke Padron 26 Maduro, they're also going to like Padron 64 Maduro. And they're also going to like probably Ashton VSG and Fuente Anejo, or some other cigar, Liga number 9, in a category they understand. All those cigars are generally going to be all well liked in the same circle, just different price points and messages, but similar categories. This cigar I wouldn't put in the category of Liga number 9. I wouldn't put in the category of Padron 26. I don't know what category, Maybe in some categories on the same level as quality as like a Milano V Oliva, but it's a different profile though. The darkness level on this, it reminds me of a Milano V Natural, not the Maduro. So, as far as the profile, I'm going to keep on smoking it. If you want a challenge, if you want something, it's kind of sophisticated. It's not bad, but it's not raw power like a Padron 64. Do I like swishers? Hold on a second. Strataluki. You like making jokes? You think Richie smokes Swisher Sweets? Are you out of your mind? Well, I got news from before, though, so it's what it is. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? Do I like Swisher Sweets? Are you out of your mind? You're making me laugh, though. Generally, Swisher Sweets, White Owls also come with arrears in child support and felonies and ankle bracelets. At least people that are smoking Black and Milds are dedicated to the street. You know what I'm saying, though? People smoking Black and Milds and Newports, they're not fucking around. I can't stress it enough. I respect everyone, but don't ever disrespect someone smoking Newports or Black and Milds, because they either aren't going back or they don't care about going back. So either way, don't fuck with people smoking Newports or Black and Milds. Just mind your business. With the Dutch, she's smoking the Dutch. So, as far as, well, Richie, why don't you review the cigar? I'm telling you right now that Prensado is not an easy read. Is it a good cigar? Yeah. Is this well made by General now? Yeah. But the profile, the finish is pretty long, pretty heavy. What am I tasting, though? I'm telling you right now, PG, I don't fucking know. And you're going to have to deal with that. Right there at my chocha. We're getting a solid medium full. But I gotta say, the flavor is transitioning. The flavor really is fucking moving like a current. Don't smoke this cigar if you want a traditional vibe. Don't smoke this cigar if you're into traditional sun-growns or Maduros or Oscuros. However, though, if you want a really unique Honduran cigar with the profile that, like, as you're smoking it, you could just interpret this. You could interpret this cigar whatever you want. You could whatever you want. This is your cigar. If you want to just like imagine, because I'm telling you right now, I'm very good at pinpointing flavors and shit. You know, no, I don't inhale. Do you watch the show, Strataluke? Strataluke, are you new here? Do I inhale? I've been doing this channel for like 10 fucking years. You just hold the smoke and you let it out. You know what I'm saying, though? It's like banging a chick in another country. You hold the smoke, you let it out, you fucking never call her back. There is some sweetness coming in. There is some spice coming in. There is some charred wood coming in. There is some earthiness coming in. However, though, All right, Strataluki. Well, we're just gonna bust your balls then, because welcome to the club again. Yeah. So we just puff and pass. We're just holding the flavor and letting go, my friend. So, you know, you got to start smoking cigars, my friend. What are you smoking? Yeah, maybe Richie's gonna have a back to basics maybe episode. You know what I'm saying? No. This is a cigar, guys. You cut the cap and you light the foot. You could do the opposite and you could smoke it backwards if you want it to be stronger. And we've already proved that. This is a great cigar, Jeremy. This is an enjoyable cigar, Jeremy. But however, Jeremy, it's not easy to pinpoint. The flavor is kind of like all over the place. There's plenty of flavor. It's a medium full right now, 70% darkness. But I'm not gonna say it's bizarre, but as I'm smoking, like the flavor is like, I can't catch up to it. The flavors, it's moving. I don't know how else to explain it. Does that make any sense? Ready to smoke marble? Man, we got to get you off those cigarettes, my friend. The rain is fucking picking up, son of a bitch. I wanted to keep all my windows open, so it's either I get drenched, or my car's gonna like really stink. You know what I'm saying? Though, so I don't know what's the lesser of two evils right now. Okay, so Full Metal Chad is still just dabbling in cigars. Full Metal Chad, though, that's bullshit. Full Metal Chad, we got to start smoking some of the greats. Full Metal Chad, make a list. Full Metal Chad, I'm going to give you a list of cigars to smoke. Full Metal Chad, I'm going to give you a list of cigars. I'm going to give you a list of like 10 cigars so you can get more well acquainted on some really good basics but world standards. You know, here we go. We got a list. Fuente Hemingway. Fuente Hemingway in two different wrappers. I want you to get the Fuente Hemingway Cameroon, but it's also called Natural, NT. Try in any size. There's multiple sizes. They get from this size short story, and they go all the way down to a masterpiece or classic. Any size, doesn't give a fuck. Try a few. Hemingway, Fuente Hemingway, short story, work of art, classic, whatever the fuck. Just try some Fuente Hemingway Cameroon cigars, which are called Natural. Okay? Try some of those. I also want you to try Fuente Hemingway Maduros. These are both great Cameroon and easy to love Maduros. Both easy to love cigars. Great, great traditional, easy to love blends, but there's a lot of flavor and they're not scary. So you can smoke those anytime and they're kind of affordable, under 10 bucks, give or take. Then next, I want you to smoke. If you're going to Total Tobacco, you go online, go on Cigar Page, smoke some Cohiba Red Dots. If you go on Cigar Page, you're gonna save some money, a lot of money. Don't just say Fuente Maduro, Fuente Hemingway Maduro. Don't forget that. Fuente's the brand, Hemingway, Fuente Hemingway Cameroon, and Fuente Hemingway Maduro. It comes in two different wrappers. It comes in sun-grown, but don't waste your time with that. You should try at least a Macanudo Connecticut and a Monte Cristo White. That will cover some good quality Connecticut shade cigars. Macanudo Classic Series, and try a Monte Cristo White. These are basic cigars, but they're great classic cigars. Nothing wrong with them. If you want to go stronger cigars, try a Padron 64 Maduro and a Padron 26 Maduro. Yeah, guys, you got to go on Cigar Bid. Sign up for Cigar Bid, and the more you buy, the more better deals. They're not paying me to say this. Cigar Bid's fantastic. You said Wranglers. What Wranglers? Sacco wants pizza. Sacco's dropping the bomb. Dude, Sacco came here, now it's pouring outside. I'm going to get soaked. Thank you so much, Sacco. We're smoking the Prensado. I got to say this. I'm enjoying the Prensado, but it's different. It's unique, and the flavor keeps moving. It's going to be difficult to review, but I'm enjoying the cigar. If you want a cigar where the flavor's like all over the place, but it has spice, it has sweetness, it has some earth, no chocolate or anything like that. It does have some black and some jalapeno spice, but it's not overdone in the spice. We're at a solid medium full. It's a great Honduran cigar, and charred wood as well. But there's a lot of different flavor going on, and there's some mystical spices. There really is. There's almost like mint, like green tea mint. PG will like that note. It's got some like green tea mint notes. It's got literally some like sage and spices. The cigar is, in my opinion, way too complex. But it's got too much. It's like all over the place, but it's not bad. But it's unique. So if you want a unique, extremely, my dick is getting wet. God damn. My fucking balls are getting wet. Sacco got here and it's fucking pouring. Thank you so much, Sacco. Sacco, aka the Rainmaker. Yeah, don't smoke menthol. Guys, you can't be smoking. Don't be smoking filter cigars here. Don't be smoking fake cigars. Come on. Yeah, Cigar Bid though. Cigar Bid, you could get some good deals on Cigar Bid too. But I would recommend boxes on Cigar Bid because myself and many guys, when they bought Lucy's, when they bought single cigars on Cigar Bid, they have had some like damaged ones. And I've had it myself. I give all my business Cigar Page. Like I said, I don't know if this is going to be everyone's cup of tea. And when this won Cigar of the Year, you're talking about almost 15 years ago. And the whole in-your-face, the strongest Nicaraguan AJ Fernandez in the world coming out, it wasn't really, hip to be square yet. So, but this is a great blend. It's a great cigar. And it's got too much fucking character. If you want like a manic depressant, bipolar, schizophrenic vibe where the flavor's like, oh, green tea mint, black pepper, a little jalapeno, oh, some sweet sugar, some spices, oh, so a little bit of essence of charred wood, oh, there you go, slightly earthy, oh, okay, it's fucking like, and the flavor's like doing this. You know what I'm saying though? It's all over the place. It's like a dramatic blowjob. It's just a lot of movement. It's a lot of movement. Full Chad, you smoke that cigar. You're going to have a great time. My favorite size on that is the third size up. The first size is the short story. Then it's bestseller. And then, what's the one I like the most? Jeremy knows this. It's the skinny 6-inch one. It's like 6x46 or 6x47. Jeremy, what's that one called? The Pen? Jeremy, what's the one? What's the size I fucking like of the Hemingways? What's the size I like of the Hemingways? The Pen? No. What is it called? It's not the work of art. It's the 6x47 Hemingway, Cameroon, and Maduro. What size is that called? It's like they literally have they have special names for them. What's the name of it? Signature. Son of a bitch. Signature. You knew what I meant. I was calling it the Pen. The Pen. You understand? Sean Penn. Sean Signature. You knew what I meant, Jeremy. Fuck you, Jeremy. Fuck you, Jeremy. And this song is brought to you by Fuck You, Jeremy. I don't like that song. Hey, Full Metal, you have a great night. Thanks for coming around, busting balls. That's all we do. Have a good time. We joke around. You're gonna get your balls busted, and hopefully I'll get more news next time. And I don't know. Here we have a girl that puts a gigantic fucking butt plug up her ass. I don't know what she does. My news is ruined. I had so much news to do tonight, but I couldn't upload new news. And the point of news is the keyword new. The news is not supposed to tell you something you already know. You're watching the news, not the know. Hey, did you watch the know? Why would I watch the know? I already know it. Well, you got to watch the news. In a way, they should call it you don't know, so we're going to give you the news. Something new, because you don't know. If you knew, it would be known, and it wouldn't be the news, because news has to be new. Nobody watches old. Nobody watches old. Old news? Nobody would buy yesterday's newspaper. That's old news. Old and new. Old and new. Old news. No, I want news. You want the new news? I want the new news. What about the old news? Fuck the old news in the ass. It's old. I want the new news. Isn't it always the same shit? Shut up! They don't even realize it. It's new news. You're going to have a good time with those cigars. It's getting syrupy sweet on this, Jeremy. Jeremy, the cigar's adding syrupy sweetness, black pepper, jalapeno pepper, slight earthiness, raw sugar, charred wood, green tea, mint. This cigar is fucking all over the place. However, though, I'm liking it. I'm not gonna say it's exactly bizarre, but it's and slightly earthy. It's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's like a big chocha, but it's still tight. So you're like, this is a lot of chocha, but I still like it. There's nothing worse than a big chocha and you don't like it. If it doesn't work, you're like, there's nothing here. Did you ever go home with a woman and you're like, this is gonna be a good time with consent, and then you throw it in, you're like, oh no. Oh no! There's nothing to feel. I don't know what's going on right now. But, Jeremy, I can recommend the cigar, Jeremy. I have nothing bad to say about this besides me getting drenched. I want to thank Jeremy for bringing the rain. I want to thank Sacco, the bread maker, the rainmaker. I should have reviewed this on my deck. Nice and dry with some fresh fruit, piece of cheese, and some ice cold water. Instead, I'm getting drenched more than, fucking chocha on a honeymoon. Why is having sex on your honeymoon supposed to be special? Unless if your wife is a virgin, it's not special. If you really think about it, if you go on a honeymoon and you're your wife's 26th partner, she's like, hey, here it is. Here's my chocha. I'm so glad we spent 14 grand on this trip to the Caribbean. Now this chocha's all mine. Wait, did the other 25 guys spend 14 grand on a trip to the Caribbean to get this chocha? No, but I really love you. Wait, so I had to spend 14 grand and they didn't have to spend 14 grand? Am I just an idiot? Shut up and take my chocha. It's waiting for you. Wait, I had to buy you a $10,000 wedding ring, a $14,000 trip, buy you a car, a $20,000 wedding, to get this chocha that you gave to some guy in a Wendy's parking lot back in 2006? He bought you chicken nuggets, bitch. No, but now this chocha's all yours. Now my chocha knows its value. It's an evil world out there, guys. It's an evil world out there, guys. It's an evil world out there, guys. It's an evil world out there. It's an evil world out there. a lot of wrecked chocha. A lot of destroyed chocha. Chocha should come with mileage. You got to check the chocha facts. It is pouring outside. The cigar now is also on top of all that flavor. It's really getting a nice creamy texture. I got to tell you on this PG, this cigar is a flavor bomb. This cigar is massively complex at a nice medium full. So much flavor. Coating the tongue, no diddy, flavor all over my lips. No diddy, no DiCaprio. It's a great cigar. However, though, this is a great cigar just to vibe with. Almost like a Pink Floyd song or like a Grateful Dead song. You're just chilling out, fucking, yeah, man. I think, if you're chilling out in the woods, Grateful Dead during the day, The Doors at sunset, and I think Pink Floyd at nighttime. That's my opinion on that shit, man. Come on through to the other side. Pink Floyd at nighttime in the woods was fucking epic. I went to see a band that played in the woods at a vineyard in the forest at nighttime with the light show, and I gotta admit, it was so much better than I ever thought. It was fantastic. I was sitting in a chair, smoking a cigar, by a fucking multiple campfires, just minding my business. Really now a solid, almost heavy medium to full. Heavy smoky cigar. At this point, smoke is really great output. I'm getting smoked out because my windows are closed. Because I don't want to get fucking soaked. You know what? I'd rather get soaked. My pants could dry, but you can't smoke in a car with your windows closed. It's too much. Anyways, though, what a great cigar. Whatever General's doing, I knew General was going to bring back some quality control to Alec Bradley. It's been a while. Now, there are some blends that Alec Bradley, that maybe they still got a better quality control, but their blend is still shit. The Alec Bradley double broadleaf is just a bad blend. I think General should discontinue the double broadleaf. I think Alec Bradley should discontinue the Texas Lancero. Also, the Alec Bradley American, it was like a Connecticut cigar. The Alec Bradley American cigar, 2 pieces of shit. It's not even 1 piece of shit. So I'm not some, I can't say General sellout, because back then Alec Bradley wasn't under General. But General should now, but there was a new Alec Bradley that I smoked recently called the Do Not Disturb, $7. And let me tell you something. That was a fantastic high-value Connecticut cigar with much better quality control than their lower-end Alec Bradley, like the American Connecticut. And the flavor on that was fantastic. Try a 5-pack of the Alec Bradley on the General Do Not Disturb. DTB, Do Not, DNT, Do Not Disturb. Whatever the fuck. The Do Not Disturb. It was an enjoyable cigar. I'm just vibing with this. If you're going to smoke this and try to figure out, it doesn't feel like it'll leave a Milano V. It doesn't feel like a Padron 64 Natural. It doesn't feel like a Padron 26 Natural. As far as the flavor, I can't compare it to any of those because this is a natural cigar. This is not listed as a Maduro, I believe. However, though, it is classy. It is quite slick and smooth. It doesn't have any aggressiveness to it. So I would definitely see that. I would definitely say this is more like on like an upper mid tier to like a luxury type of cigar. So I paid $12 for this thing in Pennsylvania. I think it's a good quality cigar with a high value mark at $12 at a lounge. Now, of course, online if you can get these discounted, which you could probably on Cigar Page for like $5, $6, $7 a stick. Sure, of course you buy it that way. But I mean, if you're just gonna buy one stick, if we're going by just MSRP at lounges, $12 for a great mid-tier cigar is nothing wrong with that. And I think it smokes above its price point. I'm having a great time with this. I'm having a really great time with this. Try some Prensado Grand Toros. Of course, you know the size is the blend. If you go with a smaller size than this, I don't know exactly how it's going to affect the profile. If you go with a shorter and skinnier gauge, then when I'm smoking, this is like a 6x54, it's going to be more intense. Now, I don't know if that's going to be better though, meaning I don't know how it's going to affect the flavor that's pushing. Because this is a very unique profile. I want to smoke it now in Robusto and see how that flavor affects the cigar Robusto. Because I would say this is a larger size. And I must say the band is solid. I think the Prensado always had a good band. There's nothing wrong with this band. It's fantastic. It's quality. It's very nice. But the profile. Let's get rid of this girl with a gigantic butt plug. How about Richie and Steve Saka's fist? That is Steve Saka on the left and Richie's fist on the right. I got to hang out with Steve Saka. We had a great time. He had a few drinks. He was a great guy, though. And he was a gentleman. He gave me he gave me chlamydia. He was a gentleman. No, he gave me Mikirta Black, but it was a very large size. I don't even know what size. Was it 7-inch? Was it like a 7x54? And let me tell you something, what a real gentleman Steve Saka is. It was like 1:30, the end of the night. And I came up to him just to say goodbye. We already took pictures during the day, you know, in the early evening. I didn't want to bother him. And then I went up to him at the end of the night, and he was sitting by himself. He had a big sack of cigars of his own shit, the cheapest big Chinese lighter. And he's like, I just buy this cheap shit. He's like, I lose these fucking things all the time. He had his own cutters and shit. And that I can't remember if I used matches that I had, or because I was with Steve Saka, I did When in Rome. Just to go along with Steve Saka, because out of respect. I mean, the man is to be respected. He's done a great things for the cigar community and cigar blend. So I respect Steve Saka. I make jokes all the time about everyone, but Steve Saka is a cigar hero. Now, he gave me one of those Mikirta Blacks. And we literally smoked an entire Mikirta Black together. It was almost 3 o'clock and we fucking left. Just me and him. And you know what me and him were talking about? A lot of things. But we were talking about Cameroon tobacco. And I said, why the fuck don't you make a Cameroon cigar? And he got really kind of mad. He's like, let me tell you something about Cameroon tobacco. First of all, it's not one farm in Africa. It's little patches wherever the sun can hit in the forest, and they just grow random Cameroon spots. But all the tobacco gets collected, and it all gets go through the Marefafel family out of Spain. And they control all the Cameroon tobacco out of Africa. And he said only 4 companies get the lion's share of Cameroon, the majority of it. Fuente, General, Altadis, and La Aurora. I was like, really? He's like, so how can I make a cigar? I could get some Cameroon. But he goes, I'm not going to get the best shit. And I said, on top of that, he goes, how can I make a blend and be consistent year after year and it becomes popular? I can't guarantee I'm going to have the same yield or the amount of tobacco next year. So how can I do that? And he said, and you know what? Because I told him, you know, they call me, you know, D, Big D, whatever. He said, you know what, D? And how could I compete with Don Carlos for $12 fucking dollars? He's like, I love that cigar. But he's like, I can't make that cigar for $12. But here's the crazy thing now, 2 years later, about 2 years later, this February, when I met him, this is what I'm telling you right now. Fuente has stopped all production with the Marepafel family. As of right now, Fuente will no longer have access to true Cameroon tobacco from the Marepafel family. It was just posted yesterday. Jeremy originally posted that they weren't going to be handling distribution, like as far as European distribution. And that was pretty big news. But yesterday, Marepafel family said, we will no longer work with the Fuente family. We are cutting all ties. All ties. So Don Carlos is fucking done. Fuente, Hemingway, Cameroon, there's still plenty out there. And I'm sure Fuente has thousands of boxes they haven't released yet. And I'm sure Fuente has maybe 2 years of tobacco reserves of Cameroon to make all their cigars on a regular basis. But what's going to happen in the future? My recommendation, if you like Fuente, Hemingway, Cameroon, or Donnie Carlos, or Don Carlos Personal Reserve, buy some boxes now, because there's going to be a shortage. There's going to be gouge. And what's going to happen to Fuente, nobody knows. It was a cover band. It was a cover band. I thought that was just understood. It was a Pink Plant cover band. How? Yeah, no, it wasn't real. It wasn't the real Pink Floyd, but it was Pink. It was just as good. This fucking cover band, these people, these younger bands, they want to play Pink Floyd. They played for hours. No, it wasn't the real Pink Floyd, but it was still Pink Floyd. You know what I'm saying, though? It's Pink Floyd. It's not like Pink Floyd songs are not complicated chord structures. But Pink Floyd is like jamming. Pink Floyd songs aren't a minute and a half. Pink Floyd songs can jam out 5, 7, 10 minutes. Pink Floyd songs just like fucking jamming out. Psychedelic shit. You got a box of Macanudo Vintage for $70. The Maduro, yeah, fantastic cigar. Fantastic cigar. The Macanudo Vintage 2013 Maduro, that's a 10-year aged Connecticut broadleaf, dark wrapper. 10-year vintage aged tobacco. Great cigar. Yeah. Well, that's the bottom line. Whatever Fuentes you like with Cameroon tobacco, I recommend to start buying some now. People aren't going to panic just yet, but I'm telling you, it's over. Now, what could Fuente do? Fuente might be working on Nicaraguan Cameroon. Other companies have been using Nicaraguan Cameroon. Aladino's been using Honduran Cameroon. General has used Brazilian Cameroon seed. So it is possible to maybe see Dominican Cameroon. Now, is it going to be the same? No. But I'm sure Fuente can figure it out. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. Will Fuente, here's the thing, Jeremy. Remember, Jeremy, Nicaragua Fuente has been in the works for a long time. Maybe there's a reason why they're not working anymore with the Cameroon, because maybe Fuente is going to be transitioning to making a lot of cigars out of the Nicaragua. Fuente has built a factory in Nicaragua, and they've been using Nicaraguan tobacco in their rare pinks. So maybe Fuente has enough tobacco and saw this coming. Maybe Fuente knew they had 5 years left of Cameroon tobacco. And maybe they started growing shit in Nicaragua, and maybe Fuente's just going to start making more Nicaraguan cigars than Dominican with Cameroon. Who knows? But Fuente's got the money. They'll figure it out. I don't think so. Here's the thing, Jeremy. The country of Cameroon in Africa is kind of a dangerous country. And that Spanish family's been there for a long time. I don't know, going back to colonial times, but a long time. So you can't necessarily just go to somewhere in Africa and like, yeah, I'm going to start growing tobacco here. Africa's fucking dangerous. Warlord dangerous. Like, warlord dangerous. It's not like the cartels in Mexico where you can pay them off or work with them or smuggle shit. Have you ever seen like the warlords in Africa? Like, it's not going to be cinematic. It's just going to be AKs and fucking like a lot of mud and like, and just people getting riddled with 7.62 by 39. I agree with you. There is no good Nicaraguan Cameroon, and there is Aladino Cameroon can be enjoyed, but it's not the fucking same. It's not the same. Yeah, buy some now. Buy some now. I'll tell you what, I like this cigar. Black pepper, jalapeno spice, earthy, a little bit earthy, rich syrupy sweetness, raw sugar, charred wood, no notes of chocolate, and really not a nutty cigar. Lots of green tea, mint, sage mints, kind of like a herbal kind of a vibe. There's a lot going on in this cigar that doesn't make any sense. Tons of flavor though. Sticking to the tongue, no diddy. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to say the least. It's going to be interesting. And we'll find out. Look, you know, in my opinion, though, Jeremy, I think Fuente's going to be okay. Let me explain why. In a way, when Fuente lost their wrapper crops for the Opus X, they made the Anejo. They took a broadleaf wrapper they had aged in cognac barrels, and they used it on the Opus X, and they go, here you go. It's a Fuente Anejo. So perhaps we could still have the Dominican tobacco in the Hemingway, and maybe use a Nicaraguan spicy Corojo wrapper or Nicaraguan Habano. And maybe we'll get some stronger Hemingways. And that's that. You know what I'm saying, though? Or maybe they'll discontinue Hemingway and make a new blend. So Fuente's going to figure out. The problem is this. I am scared, and I mean this wholeheartedly. No one lives forever. God forbid. But whenever Carlito goes, who's going to be the heart and soul of Fuente? Jeremy, you love Fuente even more than me, but I love Fuente. God forbid, because you had Carlito Sr., then you had Carlito Jr. running the family, and Carlito Jr. took Fuente to another level, okay? But his father, you know, being the second patriarch, he took Fuente through the dark ages, okay? The 1950s, the 60s, 70s, where it really wasn't sexy to make cigars. By the 80s, cigars started getting sexy. And, you know, movie star shit and all that stuff, you know? Cinema, music. And by the 90s, rappers were smoking cigars, so, like, it became part of younger culture. It used to be you watch movies in the 50s and 60s, 70s, just old guys in the mob smoking cigars. The gym teacher just, do some push-ups, kid, blowing the whistle. Not anymore. Now you got hot fucking Latina chicks with big booties smoking fucking cigars. Cigar vixen getting covered in chocolate mud, reviewing cigars in a thong. Cigars are sexy. And next week I'm going to wear a thong. You're going to have to guess, though. Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. I think Fuente is such a massive corporation that it's on autopilot. There's too much money. I can't say billions, but I could say Fuentes is it's in the millions as far as not saying his net worth, but I'm talking about the company's volume of business. It's got to be over 50, maybe 100 million. Is Fuente doing $500 million of business? I don't know. Is Fuente a billion-dollar company? I don't think so. But Fuente's more than $50 million a year of business. $50 million a year is a lot of business for a private business. Fuente sells a lot of fucking cigars. You got to understand, just because Fuente sells $100 million of cigars, if they did, that's not a $100 million profit. This is a major thing. So the Hemingway Maduro is not going to be a problem, though. The Hemingway Maduro, which is a fantastic cigar, that's still going to be getting made because they have no problem getting their Connecticut broadleaf Maduro wrappers or their Dominican tobacco. But the Cameroon wrapper, which is on all the Hemingways, the Don Carloses, and the higher end Don Carloses, and some of the Jeremy would know. Jeremy, what high end cigars have Don Carlos the man? That's Cameroon, right? What high end? I could be wrong on that. What high end Fuentes have Cameroon? Yes, Gotta Fire Carlito. That is one of my favorite Cameroon cigars I've ever had. Top shelf. Top shelf. Personal Reserve, another one of my favorites. I already said that to Jeremy, so pay fucking attention, Jeremy. Just for that, Jeremy, we're going to go to commercial break. Nothing's over. Nothing's over till it's over. That's it, baby. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to find out. Yeah, you're right on that. You're right on that. The Casa Fuente, there is one, not the, there is one with that. I think there's one with the Habano, but that's the other one, or the Maduro. Yeah, I think there is one with that. So you're right on that, my friend. Time will tell. I'm going to tell you right now, Jeremy, this is a fantastic cigar. The Prensado, under general quality, no problems with construction, no problems with draw. The flavor was consistently not consistent. What I mean by that is it was consistently transitioning. This is a complex cigar, but it's not bad. So don't smoke this and try to figure it out. I mean, I try to pinpoint some of the flavors, but the message, I don't know. What's the message on this? Complexity. That's the message. And I mean super complex. The Prensado, confusado. I'm confusado. You like the Prensado? Yeah, I'm confusado. I'm fucking confused. But it's a great cigar. I got nothing bad to say about it. What am I going to give it? 4.7. I don't just hand out a 4.7. 4.7 for me is an amazing cigar. Not godlike, but there's nothing. It's more than just good. It's better than just, it's very good. But no, this is a great blend. This is unique. This is as far as the regular Alec Bradley lineup, the Prensado is their best cigar. I'm glad General is keeping quality with Prensado and Alec Bradley. Now, I can't speak for all Alec Bradley blends. Remember, though, the Prensado was always a good blend from the original. I think as time went on, they lost quality control. But however, though, this Prensado I'm having right now under General, I got nothing bad to say about it. I got nothing bad to say about this. I could recommend the cigar. However, though, understand who should smoke this cigar or when. If you want a cigar to get you lost, like there are cigars like Padron 64 Maduro, you know exactly what you're getting. There are cigars like, Liga Number 9, where you know what kind of vibe you're going to get. A little funky, but, strong, dark Connecticut broadleaf Maduro. When you're smoking an anejo, you know what kind of consistency, what to expect. That Fuente quality that it's always the same, but a great cigar. Magical almost. This cigar is like, it's confusion. It's good confusion. That's the message on this cigar. This is a good, confusing cigar. It would be like a woman that was attractive, but as you're having sex with her, she was shape-shifting. Like she went from like a beautiful Cuban woman to a beautiful African-American woman to an Italian woman to some, I don't know, fucking Canadian woman. I don't know. Like this is a shape-shifting cigar, but it's good though. But don't try to figure it out. It's going to hurt your chocha. If you try to figure this cigar out, don't ask too many questions. This cigar is kind of like, you don't need to know that. Just enjoy it. I would have loved just to smoke this cigar and not try to explain what I'm tasting to fucking Jeremy. So fuck you, Jeremy. This is the only cigar channel when people show up like Richie just talks shit to you. But that means Richie loves you. I love your front chocha, your back chocha. He's like, I never asked. Shut the fuck up, Jeremy. Shut the fuck up. He's like, I never asked. He's at home and like everyone's like, why do you watch the Richie show? Richie's so mean to you. Jeremy, why are you watching it? Jeremy's like at work with his friends. He's like, I know this guy Richie. Yeah, Richie's my friend. Richie's a good guy. Richie's just talking shit to Jeremy. Like, fuck you, Jeremy. You know what? Fuck you. That might have been the funniest thing Jeremy ever said. I never asked. That's genius. Jeremy literally said, I never asked. You got me, Jeremy. Jeremy, that's some funny shit. That is funny shit, Jeremy. Because, let me explain to you, Ryan, all Cameroon tobacco is united. All Cameroon tobacco, true Cameroon, comes from the country of Cameroon, Africa. And it's not grown by like people in Nicaragua. You got like Padron. You got Fuente in Nicaragua now. You got AJ Fernandez in Nicaragua. You got Elugio Aganorsa in Nicaragua. Well, in Cameroon, it's owned by one family, a Spanish family, the Marepafel family. Period. And all the Cameroon tobacco has been going to 4 companies. General, because General uses Cameroon in Cohiba. They use Cameroon in Macanudo. They use Cameroon in Punch. They use Cameroon in a bunch of different cigars. However, though, Altatus uses Cameroon in their H. Upman and a few other cigars. Fuente, obviously, and then La Aurora. But La Aurora, sometimes I enjoy their cigars, but I gotta admit, La Aurora is the biggest brand that I don't really fuck with on a regular basis. And I don't know why. I think La Aurora has like the worst advertisement, the worst name. I don't know what the fuck La Aurora is doing. But they're not a bad company. I mean, they make a lot of lower end mid-tier stuff, but there is some more solid La Aurora cigars. But still, like, you never really see them in stores. I don't know who's buying La Aurora, but a lot of people are buying La Aurora, so I don't know about that. Another brand that I enjoy that we don't talk about is Joya de Nicaragua. Joya de Nicaragua is the oldest Nicaraguan brand still operating, and La Aurora is operating out of the oldest Dominican factory. So, but like, it's just weird. They're not sexy brands. Jeremy, something happened, Jeremy. Jeremy, something happened. Jeremy, something happened. Well, I really like the cigar. It's a 4.7. Um, Jeremy, I would have never guessed in my lifetime that I would see Fuente not getting Cameroon tobacco. Because here's the thing. When you go to a cigar shop, they sell way more Hemingways and Don Carlos than they sell Opus X. It's just more volume, and people love them, and they're affordable. The Fuente Hemingway series might be some of their best-selling cigars by volume, and it's a great cigar. It's enjoyable. In some ways, I like the Hemingway series more than Don Carlos, but I also love Don Carlos. I love them both. So I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. Yeah, dude, it's over. It's over. It's a fact, Jeremy. Jeremy, it's a fact, Jack. Maybe I give it Jeremy a year, right? How many more years can Fuente, how many years of tobacco do they have? Stock up, stock up, stock up, stock up on Hemingway. And you know what I would stock up on, Jeremy? I would just stock up on a lot of Hemingway short story. Why? Because I can get more experiences. I'd rather have 1,000 Hemingway short stories than like 500 signatures, you know, or 500 work of arts. The Hemingway short stories is a great, fun little cigar. It's like a 4 by what? 48. I love the Hemingway short story. It's a great time. I couldn't guess that, Jeremy. And the reason why, Jeremy, I couldn't guess that, because they're using that tobacco. Also, Jeremy, how could they have 10 years? How? How? What are they going to sell? They got to be consistent, Jeremy. How could they have 10-year reserves, and then what they're going to sell a Fuente Hemingway with a 10-year wrapper? It's going to taste totally different. I mean, you know. So I don't know what they're going to do. Jeremy, they don't got 10 years of Cameroon. Jeremy, though, Jeremy, you know what company's bigger that had, Jeremy, you know what company's bigger that has 10-year age Cameroon? Jeremy, you know what company that's bigger that has 20-year age Cameroon? Jeremy, you know what company that's bigger that has 25-year age Cameroon? I've already told you. General. Nobody has more Cameroon tobacco than General. Nobody. General uses Cameroon tobacco on so many cigars. And on their higher end stuff, they've used 25-year age Cameroon. And then on the part that gets 150th and the 160th, they've used 20-year. Oh no, I think they used fucking 50-year fucking tobacco on that shit. I think on the Partagas 150th, yes, on the Partagas 150th and the 60th, they were using Cameroon tobacco from like 1970 something. I don't know how the fuck. It was like 40-year age Cameroon. I mean, General was pulling shit out their asshole back then. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Jeremy, that pound for pound for at PA pricing for 19-20 bucks, the personal reserve is hard to beat. For 20 bucks, the personal reserve, if there was a gun to my head and they said, "What are you going to smoke tonight? Opus X or personal reserve?" I'd probably smoke personal reserve. Only because it's harder to find. In some ways, the Opus X is the better cigar. At the same time, the Don Carlos Personal Reserve is so easy to love. It's so easy. The Opus X is a more magical vibe, more complex, stronger. But the Personal Reserve Don Carlos, is like a fresh chocha covered in cinnamon and sugar and black pepper spice. It's nice. It's easy to love. She's like, "Do you love it?" And you're like, "Yeah." It's ETL. Don Carlos Personal Reserve is a pretty strong Cameroon that's easy to love, but it is a fun, happy, semi-strong Cameroon cigar. The Personal Reserve is a great time. That's the one I'm going to be really sad. That's going to be really, because I could smoke, honestly, for me, I could go smoke Cohiba Red Dot and cover that upper mid-tier category of great Cameroon. But General overall doesn't make a high-end luxury Red Dot. I mean, high-end luxury Cameroon. And that's what the Personal Reserve Don Carlos was. Well, we're going to find out, Ryan. We're going to find out. So, where am I putting this? Prensado? The Prensado is a 4.7, enjoyable, very good, enjoyable, confusing, too complex cigar. If you want that, with a long, heavy finish, medium full, 70% darkness, but a really, really confusing Honduran cigar, that was a good time, man. Just smoke this and vibe out. Smoke this and just like put on some music and just fucking chill the fuck out. Smoke this cigar in a lounge chair, just fucking chill the fuck out. Don't try to focus on this cigar. Just enjoy it. If you try to focus on the cigar, it might give you a headache. Just enjoy the Prensado. It really is a great, confusing, chaotic cigar. Well, thank you very much, Ryan. I appreciate that. You have to do that. I definitely will. I'm going out to Long Island on Friday, so I'll be back on Monday night. So, yeah, I'll be home. I really appreciate that, brother. And I thank everyone for coming on down tonight. It is bedtime now. This was a great cigar. I can recommend it. Great construction. Kudos to General for bringing quality back to some original Alec Bradley blends, but don't get it twisted. There's some Alec Bradley blends that I believe that General should not make anymore. Now, General recently bought Alec Bradley. They should not make the double broadleaf. They should not make the Connecticut American cigar, the American piece of shit. They should not make the Texas Lancero piece of shit. There's some really shitty Alec Bradley blends that should just go by the fucking wayside. The Alec Bradley Max and the Max 2 and the Ultra Max, any Alec Bradley Max, shove that Max up your ass. Don't smoke Alec Bradley Max cigars. Garbage. Piece of shit. Those were like Cigar International specials. Compared to this, those cigars are disrespectful. Do not smoke the Alec Bradley Max. You're better off licking a homeless man's asshole. Complex. I've already talked about the blend. We're done here. I had a great time. If you want to have a crazy, complex Honduran cigar that's not going to break the bank and it's not going to blow out your chocha, but it's going to blow your mind how complex it is. Don't smoke something before this cigar, and don't smoke something. I can't recommend a cigar that would be good to chase this cigar. Like, oh, yeah, after this cigar, go smoke a fucking Liga Privada. Don't do that. This cigar is not going to mix well with anything. Nothing. However, though, if you want another great confusing cigar, try the Joya de Nicaragua Antonio. The Joya de Nicaragua Classic Antonio, that's a funky, confusing cigar. This wasn't really so funky. The classic Joya de Nicaragua Antonio, funky, crazy cigar. This, kind of a funky, crazy, like complex cigar. So we're done here. I wish everyone the best. Oh yeah, ball with the packs are the way, man. I really appreciate that, man, and I look forward to putting out the content. And whenever guys help support the channel, it touches my heart. And many guys throughout the years have done that, and I really appreciate that. I really do. I really do. This place here has been a labor of love. I enjoy the channel. There's nights I hate it, but along the way, in this antisocial world, it's given me some type of sociality. So, appreciate that, Ryan. Jeremy, take it easy. Sako, I know you're watching in your underwear, making bread. Good night, Sako. The draw on this and the smoke output on this was fantastic. This was great construction on this cigar, really was. I enjoyed it. I'd recommend it. Try it out, see if it's for you. Smoke it on a clean palate and just mind your business. Put on some music, baby. Everyone here, God bless. Good night. Stay fresh. No cigars in prison. Filter your water. Eat your prunes. Clean out your colon. Clean it out. Clean out that colon and wash that ass. Try to take 2 showers a day, at least 1. But I recommend 2. You shower in the morning and you shower before you go to bed. Keep that ass fresh. Jeremy, Fuentes fucking done. Stock up on the Fuentes now. I'll see you around. Next at 10, Fuente is fucked. Get ready. Get ready. Jeremy, I've been calling you for years. I've said it before. Get ready for Don Carlos by AJ Fernandez. Get ready for Hemingway by AJ Fernandez. Get ready for Don Carlos Personally Reserved by AJ fucking Fernandez. I'm going to call it right in here. AJ Fernandez will figure it out, baby. AJ's going to help out Fuente. Fuente is the last brand, not the Fuente and Padron. Fuente, Padron, and Davidoff are the last brands not to work with AJ. It's going to happen. Everything is AJ. AJ will win in the end. AJ is patient. I'm telling you, Opus X by AJ. It's going to happen. Let it happen, baby. Let it happen. This was a great cigar. You stay fresh.